For decades, we have been told that the simple egg is the perfect protein, the gold standard for building muscle. But what if for seniors over the age of 70, that's not the whole story? What if there are other, even more powerful proteins that can help you rebuild muscle faster and more effectively? Today, we are putting the egg to the test in a protein showdown. Welcome back to Healthier Daily, the channel where we give you the simple science-backed truths to live a stronger and more independent life after 60. I'm your host, Dr. Ben Carter. And to be the wise judge in this important protein showdown, we are joined by a physician who has spent over a century studying how the aging body uses different foods for strength and for healing. It is our great honor to welcome Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara.
Thank you for having me, Ben. The egg is a wonderful food. It is a true gift of nature. But the word perfect depends entirely on the body's specific needs at a specific time. An aging body has very different needs than a young body. Sometimes it needs faster absorption of its protein after movement. Sometimes it needs more anti-inflammatory power to calm the system. And sometimes it needs protection that can last all through the night while you sleep. The true wisdom is in knowing how to choose the right tool for the right job.
And that is exactly what our guide is all about today. We are going to pit 6 other powerful protein sources against the classic egg. For each one, Dr. Hinohara will explain its unique benefit, and I will add the simple science of why, for a very specific need, it might be an even better choice for you than an egg. We will cover the plant-based challengers, champions from the sea, and even proteins that are perfectly designed for specific times of the day. It is a true blessing to have this deep scientific wisdom to understand the unique purpose of each of the wonderful foods we've been given. If you are ready to discover the truth about protein after the age of 70 and find the perfect muscle builder for your specific needs, please type the number 1 in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe to our channel. It's completely free, and this guide could change the way you think about protein forever. Okay, doctor, the showdown begins. The reigning champion, the whole egg, is in the ring. Who is our very first challenger to the title of perfect protein?
Our first 2 challengers come from the plant kingdom. They bring powerful and unique benefits that the egg, as wonderful as it is, simply does not possess. Our first challenger is the humble but very mighty lentil.
So lentils versus eggs. Now, doctor, from a simple protein perspective, many people would say the egg is superior because it is a complete protein while lentils are not. Why would lentils be a better choice in some situations for seniors?
Because a muscle is not built with protein alone. It is built inside a healthy and a calm body. The egg is a wonderful source of protein, but it contains 0 fiber. The lentil, on the other hand, is a true powerhouse of both protein and fiber. This fiber is the favorite food of the healthy bacteria that live in your gut. And as we are now learning from modern science, a healthy gut is absolutely essential for reducing the chronic low-grade inflammation that can accelerate the process of muscle loss in older adults.
That's the incredible gut muscle axis that you mentioned in your notes. The science on this is so exciting. The fiber in the lentils feeds the good gut bacteria, and those bacteria then produce a remarkable compound called butyrate. Butyrate is a powerfully anti-inflammatory substance that circulates throughout your body. So while the egg gives you the building blocks for muscle, the lentil gives you the building blocks, and it helps to put out the inflammatory fire that can prevent those building blocks from being used properly by your body. Plus, lentils are packed with 2 other nutrients that are critical for muscle energy and are low in eggs, folate, and iron. As the source text for our video points out, low folate levels can slow down the creation of new protein at a cellular level, and low iron directly causes muscle fatigue by reducing the amount of oxygen that can be delivered to your muscles. So for a senior who is feeling both weak and very tired, lentils can often be a superior choice to an egg.
And that brings us to our second plant-based challenger. It is the hemp seed.
So hemp seeds versus eggs. This is a very interesting matchup. How do they compare, doctor?
Let me tell you about a patient of mine. He was a man in his late 70s who was eating 2 eggs every single morning for his protein. He was doing what he thought was the right thing. But he was still suffering from a lot of general achiness and stiffness in his body. He told me he always felt inflamed. We made a simple switch in his breakfast. Instead of the 2 eggs, he started adding 3 tablespoons of shelled hemp seeds to a small bowl of oatmeal. After about a month, he told me that the general feeling of achiness in his body had significantly calmed down. The protein in the hemp seeds was just as good for his muscles, but the type of fat in the hemp seeds was much kinder and more soothing to his system.
That is a brilliant story, and it highlights the biggest nutritional difference between eggs and hemp seeds. It is the fat profile. While eggs are a good food, they have a ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids that can be inflammatory for some people, sometimes as high as 20-1. Hemp seeds, as the source text notes, have a perfect naturally anti-inflammatory 3-1 ratio. And they also contain that rare, powerfully anti-inflammatory fat we've discussed before on Healthier Daily GLA gamma-linolenic acid, which directly calms muscle inflammation. So for a person who is struggling with both muscle loss and a lot of inflammatory pain, hemp seeds are a clear winner over eggs in the showdown. And the protein itself is very unique. It is mostly a type of protein called edestin, which is very similar to the globulin that is found in our own blood plasma. This makes it incredibly easy for an older, more sensitive digestive system to break down and absorb.
And they are so simple to use. No cooking is required at all. You can sprinkle them on your yogurt, on your salads, or you can blend them into a smoothie. It is a very easy and a very powerful upgrade for any senior's diet.
It's just another blessed example of how nature provides so many different tools for our health, each with its own specific and wonderful purpose for healing. So, doctor, the plant-based challengers, lentils and hemp seeds have won the showdown when it comes to providing fiber for gut health and a better anti-inflammatory fat profile than eggs. Who is next to step into the ring?
Our next 2 challengers are very different from each other, but each one possesses a powerful and very specific advantage over the egg. Our third challenger comes from the cold, clean waters of the sea. It is wild salmon.
So wild salmon versus eggs. Now, doctor, both of these are excellent sources of high-quality animal protein. What gives wild salmon the winning edge in this particular matchup?
The salmon wins this showdown because it is so much more than just a protein. It is a complete anti-inflammatory and muscle-supporting medicine in one simple fillet. This is especially important for the person who is dealing with both muscle loss and a high level of body fat or inflammation. I had a patient, a man in his late 70s, who was suffering from a condition that doctors now call sarcopenic obesity. He did not look very overweight, but a body scan showed that he had very low muscle mass and a very high percentage of inflammatory body fat. He was eating eggs for his protein every morning, but he was still feeling weak, and his blood tests showed that his inflammatory markers were very high. We made a simple swap. We had him replace his morning eggs with a small 4-ounce portion of baked wild salmon just 3 times a week. The amount of protein was very similar, but the salmon brought a powerful medicine that the eggs did not have. After 3 months, his strength had noticeably improved, But more importantly, his blood tests showed a significant drop in his C-reactive protein, his main inflammation marker. The salmon was helping to heal his entire system.
That is a perfect example of targeted nutrition. And the science is so clear on this. The egg is a good food, but it contains very little vitamin D, and its omega-3 content is quite low unless it is a specially fortified egg. A single serving of wild salmon, on the other hand, can provide your entire day's need for vitamin D, which is absolutely critical for muscle function. And it provides a massive dose of the powerful anti-inflammatory omega-3 fats, EPA and DHA. But it also has two other secret weapons that eggs simply do not have. First, that beautiful pink color of wild salmon comes from a super antioxidant called astaxanthin, which is incredible for reducing muscle fatigue and improving endurance. And second, salmon is a great natural source of creatine, which is a compound that helps your muscles to produce quick energy for powerful contractions. For fighting inflammation and providing these unique nutrients, salmon is the undisputed champion. Now for our fourth challenger, doctor, this one is for a very specific purpose: recovery immediately after movement or exercise.
Yes, our fourth challenger is whey protein. This is the one time where a simple, clean powder can be superior to a whole food for a very specific job.
And the entire reason for this comes down to one single word: speed. An egg is a wonderful whole food, but because it contains fat and other nutrients, it digests very slowly over the course of 3 to 4 hours. When you are young, that is perfectly fine. But as we get older, the anabolic window, that is the period of time after exercise when your muscles are most receptive to protein, becomes much, much shorter. Whey protein is the fastest digesting protein there is. It can deliver its amino acids, especially that all-important leucine, directly to your muscles in about an hour. It hits that short window of opportunity perfectly. The famous study you shared from McMaster University is the definitive proof. In that study, the seniors who drank a simple whey protein shake after exercise built twice as much muscle as the seniors who ate whole eggs. For that specific purpose of post-activity recovery, whey protein is the clear winner in the showdown.
So, for my patients who are doing physical therapy or some light strength training to rebuild their strength, a simple whey protein shake immediately afterward is a very intelligent and effective strategy. It gives the muscles exactly what they need at the exact moment they need it most.
This is all so specific and so helpful. It really shows there is a right tool for every job. We love sharing this kind of deep wisdom with our community. To help us see our global community, please let us know what city, state, or country you are watching from. We love hearing from all of you. So we have challengers that have won the showdown against eggs when it comes to anti-inflammatory power and the speed of digestion for recovery. Doctor, what about our final two challengers? What specific jobs are they best suited for?
Our fifth challenger is for a very specific and a very important job: protecting your muscles from breaking down while you sleep. The egg is a wonderful daytime food, but it does nothing to protect you during the long 8-hour fast of the night. For this job, our challenger is cottage cheese, and in this role, it is the undisputed champion. It is the ultimate overnight protector for your muscles.
This is such a critical concept for senior health. As we've discussed, that long fast overnight is a very catabolic time, a time when your body can begin to break down its own muscle tissue for emergency fuel. The protein in an egg is fully digested in about 3 to 4 hours, but the protein in cottage cheese is almost pure casein. As the source text for our video notes, this special casein protein forms a gel in your stomach. This causes it to be digested very, very slowly, providing a steady drip feed release of amino acids into your bloodstream for up to 6 to 8 hours. It's like a natural time-release capsule of protein that nourishes and protects your muscles through the entire night. For the specific job of preventing overnight muscle loss, cottage cheese wins this showdown hands down.
And the old tradition of having a small bowl of cottage cheese as a simple snack before bed is a very wise one. It is gentle, it is easy to digest, and as the Dutch researchers found it, it helps your body to continue making new muscle protein even while you are sleeping.
So cottage cheese is the undisputed nighttime champion. Now for our sixth and final challenger, Doctor. This one is a plant-based protein that might be new to many of our viewers in America. It is called seitan.
Yes, seitan or wheat meat, as it is sometimes called. Its unique and powerful advantage over the egg is protein density. This is very important for a senior who may have a small appetite and finds it difficult to eat large meals. An egg provides about 6 grams of high-quality protein. To get a powerful 30-gram protein pulse to fight sarcopenia, you would need to eat 5 whole eggs. That is a very large and very filling meal for an older person. But with seitan, a small 100-gram serving about the size of a deck of cards can provide a massive 39 grams of protein. You get an enormous protein dose without a lot of volume and with very little fat.
That is an incredible density. And the study you shared from Clinical Nutrition Espen is a great confirmation showing that seniors who ate these kinds of dense plant-based proteins preserve significantly more of their lean muscle. Now, Doctor, I must be very clear for our viewers. Seitan is made from vital wheat gluten, so it is absolutely not for anyone with celiac disease or a true gluten sensitivity. But for those who can tolerate gluten well, where can they typically find it, and what is the best way to cook it?
You can now find seitan in the refrigerated vegetarian or health food section of most larger grocery stores. It is often sold in pre-cooked strips or blocks. Because it is already cooked, it is very easy and very quick to prepare. You can slice it thinly and add it to a vegetable stir-fry for the last few minutes of cooking. Or my favorite way is to simply sear the slices in a pan with a little bit of olive oil and garlic. It has a very satisfying and meaty texture that many people enjoy.
It is wonderful that we live in a time where we have access to so many of these diverse and blessed food traditions from all around the world to help support our health and our strength. Doctor, this has been an incredible protein showdown. You've shown us that while the egg is a wonderful food, it is not always the perfect or the best protein for every single situation. The key to fighting age-related muscle loss is choosing the right protein for the right job. By understanding these different tools, our viewers can create a personalized and much more effective strategy to combat sarcopenia. This is such a hopeful message because it shows that we have so many different powerful ways to manage muscle loss. This is not about accepting sarcopenia. It's about using wisdom and science to choose the best food for your body's specific needs. For anyone watching who is worried about their strength, this guide shows that preventing sarcopenia is about being a smart consumer and a wise eater.
I want to leave you with this one final thought. The lesson today is not to stop eating eggs. The lesson is to be wise. Do you need to fight inflammation? Choose the salmon or the hemp seeds. Do you need powerful overnight protection for your muscles? Choose the cottage cheese. Do you need fast recovery after your walk or your physical therapy? Choose the whey protein. Match the right tool to the right job, and your body will respond with strength.
That is the perfect message to end with, Doctor. Match the right tool to the right job. It's a beautiful reminder that we have been blessed with a wide variety of wonderful and powerful foods, each with its own unique and special purpose for our healing. And of course, the wisest first step is always to speak with your personal doctor or a registered dietitian before making any significant changes to your diet, especially if you have any existing health conditions like kidney disease. Please remember that our conversation today is for educational purposes. If you found this guide empowering and it changed the way you think about protein, please give this video a like so that others can find this vital information, and be sure to share it with a friend or a family member who is trying to stay strong. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. It is completely free, and it ensures you will not miss our next deep dive into your health and well-being. And for our community discussion today, we would love to know, which of these 6 challenger proteins were you most surprised to learn about today? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for being with us. Be well and be strong.